Next, I would like to introduce, just one at a time, I want to introduce very quickly our worker testifiers, the folks who are really the experts on the garment industry. So just really briefly, I would like to introduce our first speaker. Chi, who's originally a garment worker in the Pacific island of Saipan, which is a U.S. territory. And she's going to tell you more about her experiences there, but there's all kinds of ways that companies are allowed to exploit workers and still be able to attach the Made in USA label to it. And she's had some direct experience with that. So without further ado, I would like to invite Chi Abad to the microphone.
Good morning to all of you. First of all, I would like to thank all the organizers of this event, and I'm so proud to be a part of it in this weekend conference. So, my name is Carmencita, and my short name is Chi Abad, and right now I do live and work in San Francisco, California, working for a global exchange, in which it is a human rights organization, and one of our campaigns is Sweat Free. But before joining Global Exchange 9 years ago, I used to work as a garment worker in the island of Saipan for 6 years. I am an example of an individual who can prove to you that the accounts of sweatshop labor are not just allegations, but they are the true accounts of the horrible living and working condition when I used to work for Saho Corporation for 6 years, making clothes like the Gap, Banana Republic, Ann Taylor, Levi Strauss, in which in Saipan they use the label Made in the USA. Saipan is a U.S. territory in the South Pacific, which is very close to Guam. When I worked there, I used to work more than 14 hours a day, 7 days in a week, especially during the peak of the production from like May till the end of October, because we need to finish quotas to be shipped here in the United States mainland. At the factory, we have a quota system in which we need to finish a certain number of hours. We have a limited restroom break. We drink rainwater. Aside from that, around the factory, there's no ventilation. That's why we are sniffing the fumes and the dust of the fabric. I also used to live in squalid, overcrowded barracks, and our space, we use bunk beds, and our space is just that small space with a thin roof, thin walls, concrete floors. And most of all, women are fired if they get pregnant. I tried to organize a union to improve our working conditions. When the factory management learned about my organizing effort, they began an intense campaign against the formation of the union. They threatened employees that they will shut down the plant. They threatened employees that their employment contracts will not be renewed. And tons of intimidation resulting from the loss of union election by only 5 votes. The factory management tried to silence me, but I would fought back. No worker should be treated like a slave. And from then, I was brought here in the United States in 1999 to be a spokesperson of that $1 billion class law action suit filed in behalf of my co-workers in Saipan by Global Exchange, Unite, Sweatshop Watch, and Asian Law Caucus that thrill into a settlement in September of 2002 for $20 million US, in which part of it went back to the workers for public education, for repatriation fund, and etc. And I'm trying to find the timer. And also, okay. And also, aside from that, by the way, in August of 2005, I'm trying to remember the dates, the city of San Francisco passed unanimously a sweat-free ordinance, which was turned into law. And also, in August of 28th of 2007, the Portland, Oregon passed a strong resolution, and hopefully it would pass into law. This will help workers because we will create a demand or market which will lead more to no sweat factories, and therefore give workers more opportunity to work under the dignified labor condition. So my time is up, and thank you.
Okay, I would like to invite the Workers' Rights Board to, if you have any questions for Carmencita, we will take that question at this time.
I just wanted to ask, what is it exactly that prompted you to organize a union while you were a garment worker in Saipan? And when you did, what were some of the actions that the employers waged against you?
Okay, I'm gonna answer the first one, and then I'm gonna ask you the second one. So, yes, when I went into high school, I turned out to be an activist. I went to an all-girls high school and a Catholic school in Manila. That's how I got involved during that time, when we're trying to get rid of the dictator Ferdinand Marcos then. And I continued it when I went to college, and all the time, almost every day, marching on the streets, because tuition fees are keep going up, and most of Filipinos cannot afford, especially those from working class people. We cannot afford to go and get a higher education because we don't have loans or grants that you have here in the United States. And your next question?
Yes, another question.
No, excuse me, sir. He has another question. Oh, the Employer Act? Yes. When I did try to organize the union, I was fired. But to show how strong I am to my co-workers, I took the case to the U.S. Department of Labor and filed a suit with the help of the Equal Employment Opportunities Commission for retaliation by not renewing my employment contract for 5 years. They said the reason why they fired me is because they documented it that I'm a troublemaker, professional troublemaker. So, yes, but I sued them in court and winning the case again in 2001.
How could they get away for so long with violating U.S. laws on wages, hours, safety, and so on?
Okay, the reason why, sir, that the U.S. laws was not imposed in Saipan. Have you heard about Tom DeLay? Who knows him? Okay. And about Jack Abramoff? Okay, I know all of you knows him. Okay. Before, when I joined Asaco Corporation in 1993, 94, there's a law that Congressman George Miller of California, Northern California, is trying to pass that law. But due to the strong money thing between Abramoff and the officials at the Commonwealth of Northern Marianas Island, nothing happened. And now that Abramoff and Tom DeLay are gone, and now a month ago, there's this bill that just passed, the federalization law in Saipan, which tries to improve workers' working and living condition, and not only that, it's about the immigration law. And I can talk more to you, sir, after this.
Thank you, Chi.
Thank you.